Today we are gonna end the discussion about best dungeon and raid builds for Blood Knight. To prove that this build works for everyone, I lowered my resonance to 1.9k and I removed some of my normal gems. Before we move on, I am doing a giveaway for Eternal Orbs. All you have to do is be subscribed and join my Discord. And if you are a member of the channel, you get 2 entries instead of 1. To become a member, simply click the join button located right next to the subscribe button. As you can see, I removed my all 5-star rank 10 legendary gems and some of my normal gems. And these are the stats I have: 1.9k resonance, 15k damage, 22.2k combat rating, and these are the secondary stats. Before moving on to the build, let me show you the skills we are gonna use. We have Shroud of Night, Swarm of Bats, Siphon Blood, Whirling Strike, and Shadow's Edge. Now let's talk about the set items. I am using 4 pieces of Grace and 2 pieces of Vitus. And I tried other set item combinations as well, such as 6 pieces of Banquet or 4 pieces of Banquet, and this 4-piece Grace and 2-piece Vitus gave the best results. The other ones are close as well. You can use whatever you like because the results are similar. For example, this set item setup kills the Kikuras boss 2 or 3 seconds faster. That's the only difference if you compare it to the Banquet of Ice set. Now before talking about legendary items, I want to show you this build in action. If you want to skip this part, I have timestamps so you can use them. Right now we are doing this dungeon in Inferno 2 and these are our stats. As you can see, we killed the monsters quite fast. And most of the time you are not gonna be alone when you are doing a dungeon. It took a little longer because we had some elite monsters. Now let's see how it's gonna go against the boss. It should take around 30 seconds. And that's it. And I want to mention something. If you have better legendary gem setup than this, because this is quite random, your damage will be better than this. And if your damages are lower than mine, Essence Mastery level might be the reason. I maxed out my Essence Mastery, so once you reach the level 4, you are gonna have similar damages. Other than that, I am using 3 pieces of Vengeance Family bonus on all of my legendary items. Now let's talk about the legendary items. For the headpiece, I am using Horns of the Hexed. Siphon Blood is no longer channeled and now moves with you, dealing damage and draining the life of nearby enemies. For the chest, we have layered aims. Shroud of Night now empowers you and nearby allies, causing your primary attacks to mark enemies for death. The mark explodes upon reaching 5 stacks, dealing damage to marked enemy. And for the shoulders, we have Swarm Speaker. Swarm of Bats now engulfs you in a cloud of bats, continually damaging to nearby enemies. For the pants, I am using Faces of Fading Mirth. Swarm of Bats now also poisons enemies, causing them to take 5k continual damage for 3 seconds. For the main ant, we have this one. When Siphon Blood damages the same enemy 3 times, it causes them to hemorrhage, dealing 7k additional damage. For the offhand, I am using Mercy's Plight. Shadow's Edge now marks enemies, causing them to erupt for 32k additional damage when reaching 4 marks. For the additional main ant, we have Red Concord. Whirling Strike now combusts, causing enemies to burn. And lastly, for the additional offhand, we have this one. After Shadow's Edge hits an enemy, 2 blades ricochet out randomly, targeting nearby enemies and dealing 22k damage to them. And lastly, we can talk about the Paragon tree. I am using Weaver because this is the best one for dungeons and raids. It gives you 15% increased damage and 6.5 critical hit chance. And if you want to see my whole Paragon setup, I will include that at the end of the video. And I have a video about Paragon setup, so you can check that out too. I think that's all for this build. Now I will add the Paragon setup and a little crest opening at the end of the video.